All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in to Jammin' Sports on this Sunday, where we have a triple header for you today. We'll be wrapping up week number 12 of our current sim season, and after today, the season will be 3/4 of the way complete. In fact, after today, we'll have 56 regular season games left. When you count the postseason, we'll have 67 games left in the season, as we'll be heading down the home stretch. All right, this first game will be the Seattle Seahawks and the San Diego Chargers, a big game in the NFC West, and let me tell you why as we go look at the standings that are up to date at the moment. The Seahawks come in first place in the AFC West with an 8-3 record. The Raiders are a game and a half back at 7-5, and the Chargers are 2 games back at 6-5. If the Chargers win, the Seahawks would drop to 8-4, and the Raiders and the Chargers would both be 7-5, 1 game back with 4 to go. If Seattle were to win this game, they would take a 2-game lead in the division over the Raiders, and the Chargers would fall to 3 games back. So this is a big game for the Chargers, and the Raiders, of course, in that rare instance, rooting for the Chargers to win this game. Our second game will be a huge game in the NFC East, a battle for first place between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. That'll be our Sunday night game. And then we'll finish things up with our Monday night game, a big game in the NFC Central between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. More about those games when we get there. Let's look at the standings. Gracie is 66 and 67. Gracie's going for who? Chargers. Your what Chargers? The phone Chargers. Right. Gracie's going for the phone Chargers in this one. Misty is 68 and 64. 4 games up. She's going for the Seahawks. Kick and Uncle is 51 and 21. 6 games back. We don't know who he's picking yet. Penighetti is 12 and 17. 5 games back. And Evil Dead is 86 and 71. 15 games over 500. And we'll see who he picks here in just a second. All right. Let's head out to Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California for this one. Seahawks Chargers here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. It's the Seahawks and the Chargers. And welcome into another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. Penn and Getty and Evil Dead are both taking the Seahawks in this one. As I said at the top, if Seattle wins, they'll have a 2-game lead in the division with 4 weeks to go. Chargers will kick off. Seattle will get the ball first. We're underway. From the 4-yard line, Colby Walker on the return over the 25. And Walker brings it out to the 33-yard line. The 6th-year receiver out of Boise State. 1st and 10, Seattle. Beautiful day in San Diego. 74 degrees, bright sunny skies. Devin Wade, the quarterback for Seattle, in his 11th year out of Texas. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Now the Seahawks, this is their first meeting with the Chargers. They'll be playing them again in Week 16, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they play them this week and 4 weeks later to end the season. So Chargers, if they can win both games, they can close some ground. 4 wide for Seattle. Wade in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Wade fakes the handoff. Looking, throws outside, caught by Marcus Clay. And Clay makes his way all the way out to the 47-yard line, a gain of 14. The 5th-year receiver out of Colorado State, Marcus Clay. And that'll be a first down for the Seahawks. Great to have you along on this Sunday, the first game of our triple header as we wrap up Week 12. We'll start we'll start Week 13 tomorrow. 1st and 10. Seahawks from their own 47-yard line. Wade under center in the I formation. Wade fakes the handoff. Wade throws deep downfield and caught by Blake Gibson. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 53-yard touchdown catch by Blake Gibson, the 7th-year receiver out of Rutgers, and Seattle strikes quickly as they take a 6-0 lead. Gibson for a wide receiver, he's big. He's got tight end size. And now Eric Harris will come on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. Seahawks lead at 7-0, 7:16 left to play here in the first quarter. Live from Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. So the Seahawks don't waste any time. Their drive only lasted 3 plays, and they get a touchdown. A 53-yard strike to Blake Gibson. And now Seattle will kick off, leading 7-0. And the Chargers will get it for the first time. Dakota Cochran, the punter, does the kickoff duties. There's the kickoff. From the goal line, Broadway over the 10, 15, 20. And trying to get outside, a flag. That might be a face mask. Terrence Broadway, the 3rd-year receiver out of VMI, on the return. And they're going to tack on 15 more. Chris Peppers on the coverage team. Guilty party. And that's going to move the ball all the way out to the 38-yard line. And that's where the Chargers will have it, 1st and 10. Down 7-0. Jimmy Jam, Evil Dead, Penn and Getty, And Misty's here. Say hi, Misty. She's waving, like you can see that. She said hi. Yeah, I didn't get my nap today. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Stephen Gardner, the quarterback. Gardner looking. Throws deep. And Deon Tate. Oh, I thought he might come down with an incomplete. Almost a spectacular catch. Stephen Gardner, the quarterback, in his 8th year out of Houston. And Deon Tate, the 3rd-year receiver out of Maryland. Well, Gracie ordered a couple of new bookcases, and I had to put them together. And then I had to run to the dump and get rid of all the package and some other stuff. So I never got my nap. So if I get irritable and snap at somebody, you know why. 2nd and 10 for the Chargers. Gardner under center. Gardner hands off to Lattimore around the outside. And Marcus Lattimore across midfield to the 47-yard line. A gain of 15 for the 5th-year back out of Tulsa. Yeah, snap it, kick it. And that'll be a Charger first down. Making some nifty moves, making the tackle, was Randall McKenzie, the 9th-year linebacker out of Florida. Gracie bought me McDonald's, though, so I had that for lunch. Then I had to come back and put her 2 shelves together, and they weren't the same type of shelves. They were different. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Gardner in the gun. Gardner hands off to Lattimore. And Lattimore picks up 2 to the 45-yard line. Tackle made by Wes Cochran, the 3rd-year linebacker out of Cincinnati. And that'll bring up 2nd and 8. Chargers at the Seahawk 45-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking. Throws near side. Caught by Randolph. And Aaron Randolph to the 38. A gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and 1 as he steps out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Aaron Randolph, the 3rd-year receiver out of Maryland. Third and 1. We're coming up on 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Gardner in the gun. 4 receivers wide. Inside handoff to Lattimore. Picks up the first down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 3. And that'll be another Charger first down. The last time these two teams played here last season in San Diego, the Chargers blew out the Seahawks. It was like 51-20, I think. It was a blowout. 1st and 10 from the 35 in the offset eye. Gardner under center. Gardner hands off to Fields. And Fields pushing forward down to the 26-yard line. A gain of 8 to be 2nd and 2. And that's Marcus Fields in his 2nd year out of Stephen F. Austin. On 2nd and 2 from the Seahawk 26. They come out 4 wide. Gardner in the gun. Gardner hands off to Fields again. And Fields close to the marker, to the 25. Picked up a yard. It'll be 3rd and inches. Wes Cochran, the linebacker, came up, made the tackle. It'll be 3rd down at the Seahawk 25-yard line. Seattle scored a touchdown their opening drive. They lead at 7-0. It's the Chargers' opening drive here. On 3rd down, 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Gardner under center. Gardner looking. Gardner throws, and Jacoby George holds on at the 18-yard line, a gain of 7. Jacoby George, the 3rd-year receiver out of the University of Miami. Randall McKenzie on the tackle, the linebacker. in his 9th year out of Florida. But that'll be a Charger first down. First and 10 from the 18-yard line. Gardner under center. Gardner hands off to Lattimore up the middle, and Lattimore all the way to the 6-yard line. A gain of 12. Right up the middle. Boy, I get the feeling this one's going to be a shootout. Neither defense can stop the other, at least early. Nick McCoy on the tackle, the 8th-year defensive back out of Texas Tech. .342 and counting here in the first quarter. First and goal for the Chargers at the Seahawks 6. Everybody in tight. Gardner looking. Gardner throws. Caught. Roush. Touchdown. Chargers. Jim Roush, the ageless wonder. A 6-yard touchdown catch in his 18th year out of Navy. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this one up. A nice San Diego drive to answer the Seahawk touchdown. And now Tyler Hines for the point after. Kick is up. And it's good. We're tied at 7 with 3:33 left. Unfortunately, Evil Dead, no. I don't keep up with the career stats. That'd be a lot to keep up with. I do well to keep up with the single game stats. Suffice to say, he's pretty good. We're at Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California, Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. The Seahawks at 8-3, the Chargers at 6-5. And now the Chargers will kick off. Mark Erickson, the 13th year punter out of Alabama A&M. There's the kickoff by Erickson. From the 2-yard line, Kobe Walker over the 20, 25. And Walker out to the 30-yard line. First down, Seattle. .329 left in the first quarter. Both teams have scored on their opening drive. This will be Seattle's second drive of the game. You also have to remember, when I started doing sim seasons back in the year 2000 with Madden 2001, I never thought I'd still be doing this 25 years later, 26 years later. First and 10, Wade looking, throws deep, and it's picked off. No, incomplete. 26 years later. Blake Gibson, the intended receiver. Seahawk offense up front. Hall, Walters, Parks, Anderson, and Morris. And then it's Gibson, McKenzie, Gilbert, Jones, and Clay. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Three receivers to the far side. Wade in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Wade looks. Wade steps up. Throws and throws it away. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Oh, yeah, I remember my first ever game. Here's the Chargers defense. They play a 4-3. Keith, Gore, Sparks, and Smith up front. Linebackers, Phillips, Briggs, and Bolton. And the secondary, Banks, Granger, Savage, and Gilbert. My very first sim season game, all the way back in sim season number 1, week 1, was the Bills at the Jets, and the Bills won that game 31-21, I remember. I remember a lot about the first season because it was the first season. 3rd and 10, Wade draws back. Wade throws deep, And Rupert Jones, does he come down with it? No, incomplete. Broken up at the last second by Tom Willis, fourth-year defensive back out of Baylor. I remember the first Monday night game in week 1 was the Dolphins at the Chiefs, and the Chiefs won that game. Dakota Cochran gets the punt away. Fielded at the 20 by Fields over the 30. And Fields out to the 36-yard line. Marcus Fields on the return. Stephen Gardner comes out. A chance for the Chargers now to take the lead. Trying to remember the other week 1 games. I remember the first and the last game. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Gardner in the shotgun.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Gardner fakes the handoff, looks downfield. Gardner throws, and he short hopped it, incomplete. Led his receiver too much. That'll stop the clock with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Chargers Seahawks tied at 7. If the Chargers win, they'll be 1 game behind Seattle. Tied with the Raiders for second.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 10,
3-19.
Gardner looking. Gardner throws near side, caught by Aaron Randolph. Actually, now they say he dropped it, incomplete. Pass was broken up by the defensive tackle, Lydell Mills, in his 3rd year out of Virginia Tech. 3rd and 10. 5 receivers set wide, empty backfield. Gardner in the shotgun.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
Gardner looking. Gardner steps up, throws, dumps it off to Roush, and Roush single-handedly out to the 47-yard line, a gain of 11. That extra effort got them the first down. Now Roush will be retiring after this season. He's going to call it a career. 15 years with Tampa Bay, and now in his 3rd season with the Chargers. Two and a half minutes left in the first quarter. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. 1st and 10 from their own 47. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking. Gardner throws, and he threw it behind his receiver. He was looking for Jacoby George. Incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. I remember Chicago in the very first week of week 1. They played the Buccaneers in Tampa. I remember that game. And the Bears won that game. 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line. Gardner, play action. Throws, caught by Lattimore. And Lattimore to the 49. They cross midfield. Gain of 4 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and 6. Nick McCoy came up, made the tackle. 8th-year defensive back out of Texas Tech. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6. Under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Chargers at the Seahawk 49-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking. Gardner looking. Throws deep and incomplete. Broken up by Wes Cochran. The intended receiver was Deon Tate. And that'll bring up 4th and 6, and the Chargers are going to have to punt. So both teams score on their opening drives, but then on their subsequent drives, they both are going to have to punt. Fourth and 6. Mark Erickson back to punt for the Chargers. Gets the punt away. And that's going to drop into the end zone. Touchback. Seattle will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20 with 1:35 left in the first quarter. on a beautiful day in Southern California. It's always nice in San Diego. This will be the Seahawks' third possession of the game. Let's see what they can do here. Both teams have had it twice. We're tied at 7. First down for Seattle. Wade in the shotgun. Single back. Wade hands off to Gilbert, and Terry Gilbert loses a yard back to the 19-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 11. Coming in there to make the tackle, number 23. That's Darius Banks, the former Panther, in his 11th year out of Oregon State. One thing that Twitch has really helped me with, though, with my sim seasons, I get them done faster. I'll give you an example. 2nd and 11 from the 19 right after this play. In the I formation, Wade to Gilbert, and Gilbert out to the 27-yard line. I started on Twitch in February of 2020, and I've gotten 11 seasons in, complete seasons, in just 4 years' time, or 6 years' time. Sorry, my math was off. Actually, let's call it, 6 years' time. 3rd and 3 from the 27-yard line. Wade throws near side, caught by Gibson down the sideline. Blake Gibson making a move. Gibson stumbles down to the 32-yard line. It's a 41-yard gain. So I've gotten 11 seasons done in six real years. So that means 25 seasons in 20 years. Yeah, the first 25 from 2000 to 2020. That was sim seasons 1 to 25. So it was a slower pace. Twitch has forced me into a faster pace. But that's okay. I don't mind. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. It was the first consistent streaming platform I had. Wade to Gilbert around the outside, and Gilbert inside the 20, inside the 10. At the end of the first quarter, Gilbert down to the 8-yard line. We're tied at 7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back. Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. We're tied at 7 with the Seahawks and the Chargers. Seattle at 8-3, Chargers at 6-5. Seattle can open up a big gap on the Chargers here with a win, and they would stay 2 games up on the Raiders. And the Seahawks have beaten the Raiders twice this season. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Wade under center. Wade to Gilbert, and Gilbert to the 4-yard line. Again, of 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal. Eric Granger on the tackle. James Granger, I'm sorry. The 11th year safety out of Texas. We've been talking about the Steelers and the Dolphins as being the 2 dominant teams in the AFC. Let's not overlook Seattle. The Dolphins are 9-3. The Steelers are 10-2. Seattle comes in at 8-3. They can also get to 9-3 with a win. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Wade to Gilbert. Gilbert gets stood up. A loss of 3 yards back to the 7-yard line. Tackled by John Keith in his 6th year out of Colorado. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. So Seattle, they can tie the Dolphins at 9-3 with a win. And let me see who would have the tiebreaker. They have not played this season, and they're not scheduled to. So it would go to conference record. I'll tell you right after this. 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line, 4 wide. Wade in the shotgun. Wade looking, throws, caught. Colby, touchdown. Colby Walker, a 7-yard touchdown catch. And the Seahawks go up 13-7. Now, Miami lost to the Raiders earlier this week. So Miami's conference record now is 6-2. Seattle, they would also be 6-2. And then I would have to go to the next tiebreaker, which gets rather bizarre after that. Eric Harris for the point after. Kick is up and good. The next tiebreaker would be common opponents. And I'd have to look at that closely. But Seattle leads at 14-7 with 7:25 left in the half. Let's see who the Seahawks play in Week 13. They will host the Kansas City Chiefs, who lost to Philadelphia early this week. The Chargers will host the New York Giants next week, as Gardner will play his former team. Dakota Cochran kicks off for Seattle. Broadway from the 2-yard line. Terrence Broadway out to the 27-yard line, and that's where the Chargers will have it, 1st and 10. Then the next tiebreaker would be to guess how many words are in Davis's vocabulary to the closest decimal place. So the Chargers find themselves down by 7 with 7:21 left to play here in the first half. Our game coming up next is for first place in the NFC East. It'll be the New York Giants at the Washington Redskins. They're both 6-5. The NFC East is kind of weak this season. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Gardner to Lattimore. And Lattimore makes his way out to the 29-yard line, a gain of 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the tackle made by Morgan McCoy in his 10th year out of San Jose State. So the winner of the next game between the Giants and the Redskins will be all alone in first place in the NFC East. The loser of that game will be tied with Philadelphia for 2nd. On 2nd and 8, Gardner in the shotgun, 5 wide, empty backfield. Gardner throws, caught by Roush, and Jim Roush out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 11. To be 45 years old and playing tight end at a high level in the NFL is just insane to me. But that's Jim Roush. 1st and 10, Chargers at their own 40-yard line. Gardner under center. Single back. Everybody in tight. Gardner hands off to Lattimore. And Marcus Lattimore makes his way out to the 50-yard line. A gain of 10. And that'll be another Charger first down. San Diego can tie it up with a touchdown. Coming up to make the tackle, Gary Morgan, 5th-year safety out of Pittsburgh. Coming up on 6 minutes left in the half. Chargers come out. Again, everybody in tight. Single back. Gardner under center. Gardner looking. Throws. Caught by Wood. That's Russell Wood, the rookie tight end out of UCLA. 19-yard gain to the 31-yard line, and that'll be another Charger first down. 5:38 and counting here in the half. Leonard Smith, the safety on the tackle, in his 13th year out of Utah State. Boy, both these teams have a lot of veteran players. Chargers come out in the offset eye. Gardner under center.
Here we go now.
Hands off to Lattimore around the outside, and Marcus Lattimore makes a move, and another move, and he's in for the touchdown. Eyes in the back of his head moves. A 31-yard touchdown run by Marcus Lattimore, the third eldest of the four Lattimore brothers in his fifth year out of Tulsa. He started with Philadelphia. He played 3 years with the Eagles, now in his second season with the Chargers. And the Chargers can tie it up now with the extra point. Tyler Hines for the point after. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. We're tied at 14. 5:18 left to play here in the half. Live from Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. The first of 3 games for you today. Giants-Redskins up next, and then Buccaneers-Vikings after that, and that will wrap up Week 12. This game here is the last of the Sunday afternoon games. Our Sunday night game is next, and that'll be followed by our Monday night game. Mark Erickson will kick off for the Chargers with 5:18. Still a lot of time left here in the first half. Kick by Erickson. Walker from the 2-yard line. Colby Walker over the 20, 25. And he gets out to the 27-yard line, where the Seahawks will take over with 5:13 left in the half. Devin Wade, your long shot player from Madden 18, in his 11th year out of Texas. Wade started with the Broncos and then went to the Panthers for a while. Rasputin is back with us. How you doing there, Rasputin? Great to have you along. Well, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. In the I formation, Wade under center. Wade. Oh, the pitch bounced off a player and was fumbled, but Terry Gilbert stayed with it. Heads up play by Gilbert. When the pitch didn't arrive, he stopped running forward and was able to pounce on it, saving a disaster for the Seahawks. It's going to be a loss of 3. The Chargers' rush was in there so quickly it bounced off an offensive lineman. 2nd and 13 for Seattle, back at the 24-yard line. You don't see that very often. In the I formation, Wade under center. Wade to Gilbert, and Gilbert gets hit for a loss of 3 more. Make it a loss of 2 more. As John Keith, the defensive end, comes around, makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 15 for Seattle. John Keith, the defensive end, in his 6th year out of Colorado. On the weekends, we're on earlier than normal. During the week, we're on at 8 o'clock Eastern time, like tomorrow night and the rest of the week. 3rd and 15 from the 21-yard line. Wade looking. Wade rolls out, throws, and throws it away. It'll be 4th down. Chargers defense gets a stop. We tend to get a larger crowd on the weekends, but we invite you to tune in during the week as well. It'll be 4th and 15. Dakota Cochran will punt in his 8th year out of Illinois. Cochran gets the punt away. And that'll be fielded at the 26-yard line by Marcus Fields out to the 32-yard line. Me too. I'm very old school. I'm very old school, and I don't apologize for it, and I never will. Because the NFL has made uniforms such a gimmick. I hate it. In my NFL, every team has one home uniform and one road uniform. One white and one colored uniform. They don't have 17 different uniforms. I hate that more than anything. It bothers me more than anything. 1st and 10, Gardner looking. Gardner throws, caught by George. Jacoby George running backwards. He had the first down, and then he ran backwards for some reason. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. I can get on my soapbox here, Ross Beaton, but I'm not going to. But all those different uniforms, it's nothing more than a gimmick to make money. I hate that. 2nd and 3 from the 39. Gardner back to throw. Throws outside to Jacoby George. Rolls out of bounds at the 47. That'll be a gain of 8 yards and a Charger first down. And that'll stop the clock with 3:29 left. When I was growing up, and I'm going to date myself now, when I was in grammar school, I was hooked on NFL football back in the 70s, all right? I started watching, I think, in 1970 when I'm going to date myself now. I was 8 years old. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Gardner hands off to Lattimore, and Lattimore pushing forward out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 5, but more than that. That's a gain of 13. They went from the 45 to the 42 across midfield. First down. And back then, everybody only had 2 uniforms. That's all you needed. And everybody had an identity. The uniforms are part of your identity, and the NFL has really messed with that. 4 wide. Gardner to Lattimore up the middle, and Lattimore to the 34-yard line. A gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. It irritates me when I turn on a ball game and I have to look at the score bug to see who's playing. I shouldn't have to. I should know just by looking at the uniforms who's playing. That was my dad's favorite football team, the Redskins. He loved the Redskins, so I have a special place in my heart for them. 2nd and 2 from the 34-yard line. Gardner to Lattimore. And Lattimore to the 32, close to the marker. It'll be 3rd and inches as Jenkins makes the tackle. Chris Jenkins, the rookie out of East Carolina. Yeah, the Redskins were my dad's team. He loved the Redskins, especially back in the George Allen days. He loved George Allen. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning. And there it is. We're tied at 14 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back. Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. 2 minutes left in the half. We're tied at 14. Seahawks and Chargers, a major game in the AFC West. Chargers are driving to be 30 inches from the 32-yard line. That's cool. In fact, Rasputin, the Redskins play next against the Giants. It's our second game here tonight. 30 inches from the 32-yard line. Gardner looking. Gardner throws, caught by Lattimore. And Lattimore down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 9, and that'll be a Charger first down. Tackle made by Wes Cochran. And that Giant Redskin game is a rematch from Week 1. On opening day, the Giants beat the Redskins 17-12. The Giants came from behind to win that game. Rematch here tonight. 1st and 10 from the 23. 4 wide. Gardner in the gun. Gardner looking. Gardner throws. Caught by Randolph. And Aaron Randolph down to the 7. A gain of 16. Third-year receiver out of Maryland. It'll be 1st and goal for the Chargers. And the Giant Redskin game coming up is for first place in the NFC East. The Giants and the Redskins are both 6-5. The Eagles won earlier this week. They're 6-6, a half game back. Me neither. But fortunately, here on Madden 19, they're the Redskins. First and goal from the 7-yard line. Gardner in the shotgun.
Green 39. Green 39.
Gardner looking, throws near side. Caught by Roush, no, incomplete. Leonard Smith broke up the pass. That'll stop the clock with 56 seconds left in the half. Oh yeah, we'll see full Redskin regalia when they come out here after this. Second and goal from the 7-yard line. Gardner in the gun. Gardner looking, throws, and incomplete. I mean, I'm just going to put it plainly. If you're offended by the name Washington Redskins, you have bigger issues going on than you realize. Third and goal from the 7-yard line. 5 wide, empty backfield. Gardner in the shotgun. Chargers. Gardner looking. Throws underneath. Caught by Randolph. And Randolph to the 4-yard line. Gain of 3. And Seattle takes a timeout. They want to have a chance to score before halftime. The Chargers are going to come out now. They're in field goal range. This will be a 21-yard field goal attempt for Tyler Hines in his 6th year out of Syracuse. This will give the Chargers the lead. And San Diego does get the ball first in the second half, I might add. Hines for the point after. Point after. 21-yard field goal. It's up and good. What was I thinking? Chargers lead at 17-14 with 44 seconds left here in the first half. I don't know if I shared the story with you why my dad's favorite team was the Redskins. I was born in Miami, Florida. I live in Nashville now, but I was born in Miami, Florida. And my parents lived in Miami long before I was born, when they first got married. And this was before the Dolphins had a team. The Dolphins didn't come into existence until '66. Prior to Miami getting their team, Redskin games were broadcast in Miami almost every week. That was like the team that got broadcast to Miami, the Redskins. So my dad learned to love the Redskins. Erickson will kick off. From the 2-yard line, Chris Peppers brings it out over the 20-25. And Peppers out to the 31-yard line. But even when I lived in Miami, a lot of Redskin games on CBS at the time were broadcast to Miami. Still, even with the Dolphins on NBC. I remember seeing an awful lot of Redskin games. Seahawks will have it at their own 31, 39 seconds left. In the first half, 4 wide. Wade in the shotgun. Can Seattle get in field goal range and tie it up? Wade looking. Wade in trouble now. Is going to take a sack back at the 19-yard line. A loss of 12. John Keith on the sack. And that'll bring up 2nd and 22. As we watch the replay. With Madden 19, the clock does not run during a replay. Madden 20 forward, it does, and that irritates the fire out of me. 2nd and 22 from the 19-yard line. And the Seahawks are just going to let the clock run out. Nope, they're going to run off a play. Gilbert. And now we go to halftime. Halftime score, the Chargers 17, the Seahawks 14. Here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. The Seahawks at 8-3. The Chargers at 6-5. Chargers trying to gain ground on the Seahawks. They lead at 17-14. And San Diego will get the ball first here in the second half. This is their first meeting of the season. They'll play again in Seattle in Week 16. Remember now, Seattle's in my AFC West in my NFL. A yard deep, Broadway over the 15, 20, 25, and Broadway out to the 27-yard line. Terrence Broadway on the return in his third year out of VMI. If you're new here to Jammin' Sports, my NFL divisions are different. They're more like what they used to be. I'm only using 28 teams. I'm not using all 32. So there's three divisions in each conference: East, Central, and West. And Seattle's back in the AFC with the Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs, and Broncos. And the Seahawks currently lead the AFC West with an 8-3 record. First and 10 for the Chargers, 3 to the near side. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking. Gardner throws, and Randolph can't hold on. And that was broken up by the defensive back Darnell Hubert in his third year out of Hawaii. The four teams I do not use: the Texans, the Jaguars, the Titans, and the Cardinals. Those are the four teams I don't use. I know I live in Nashville, but I can't stand the Titans, so I don't use them. Four Cardinals. Second and 10 from the 27-yard line. 4 wide. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner to Lattimore. And Lattimore to the 29-yard line. Jenkins, the rookie linebacker out of East Carolina, on the tackle. Well, if they gave me decent older uniforms, I'd bring them back. What they need to bring back is historic teams. They don't do that anymore. 3rd and 8. Gardner looking. Gardner throws. Caught by Roush. And Jim Roush all the way out to the 49-yard line of Seattle. And that's going to be a 22-yard gain. Wes Cochran on the tackle, the linebacker. But it's a first down for the Chargers. San Diego can make it a 2-possession game. Madden 19 has 2 extra stadiums in it, so I can put the Chargers back in San Diego. I'm using one of those extra stadiums for San Diego. And of course, the Raiders are still in Oakland with 19, so that's nice. 1st and 10 from the 49. Gardner to Lattimore, and Lattimore picks up a yard to the 48. It'll be 2nd and 9. Mike McCoy put the smackdown on him. Actually, it's Morgan McCoy, the defensive end. 2nd and 9 for the Chargers on the Seahawk 48. Seahawks trying to get a stop. Chargers trying to make it a 2-possession game. Gardner under center. Gardner looking. Throws. Caught by Roush. And Roush down to the 37-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 11. Another San Diego first down. And it's Wes Cochran again came over and made the tackle. Coming up on 6 minutes now left to play in the third quarter. Chargers come out 4 wide. Gardner in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Tate in motion. Gardner looking, throws, caught by Tate. Oh, broken up, incomplete. Wes Cochran, boy, he's been calling his name a lot. The 3rd-year linebacker out of Cincinnati knocks that ball away. That'll stop the clock with 5:53 left in the third. 2nd and 10. Chargers at the Seahawk 37-yard line. 4 wide. Gardner in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Randolph in motion. Gardner looking. Throws. Caught by Jacoby George. No. Broken up by Bruce Cordero, the rookie out of Stephen F. Austin, the defensive back. 3rd and 10. Chargers at the Seahawk 37-yard line. It would be a 54-yard field goal from here. 4 wide. Gardner in the gun. Single back. Gardner looking. Gardner steps up. Throws deep. Caught by Randolph. And Aaron Randolph, 13 yards down to the 24-yard line. And that'll be another Charger first down. Chargers looked terrible against Kansas City last week. Playing a lot better this week. Tackle made by Chris Jenkins, the linebacker. 1st and 10, Chargers at the Seahawk 24. 3 to the far side. Gardner in the gun. Gardner fakes the handoff. It's a blitz, and they get him back at the 34-yard line. Loss of 10 yards on the sack. That's Dylan Rossini, the 4th-year defensive end out of Michigan. Not so much a blitz as he just came around the outside. Got away from his blocker. And that'll bring up 2nd and 20 for the Chargers. Now back at the Seahawk 34-yard line. 5 minutes left now in the third quarter. Chargers come out. 3 to the near side. Gardner in the gun. Hands off to Lattimore up the middle, and Lattimore to the 29. A gain of 5. And that'll bring up 3rd and 15. Henry Stanley, the 13th-year linebacker out of Michigan State, on the tackle. Chargers now in field goal range. 3rd and 15 from the Seahawk 29. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Gardner looking. Gardner throws and caught by Terrence Broadway down to the 13-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. They needed 15. He got 16. First down, San Diego Superchargers. Gracie, your Chargers are winning. Say hi. That's right. 1st and 10, Chargers at the Seahawk 13-yard line. Everybody in tight, single back. Gardner looking, hands off to Fields, he gets hit in the backfield. A loss of 2 yards. Leonard Smith on the safety blitz came up and got Fields. Marcus Fields. Loss of 2, be 2nd and 12. She gave a thumbs up. It is a long drive. But you read my mind, Evil Dead. I was about to say that was a long drive. It's eaten up a lot of time. In fact, Seattle has not touched the ball here in the third quarter. 2nd and 12 from the 15. Gardner to Fields up the middle. And Marcus Fields down to the 8-yard line, a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5. Chris Jenkins, a linebacker. And this drive eating up a majority of the third quarter. Long, time-consuming drive by San Diego. As we're coming up on the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. 4 wide for the Chargers.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Gardner back. Gardner throws inside. Caught by Tate. Touchdown. Chargers. An 8-yard touchdown catch by Deon Tate, the 9th-year receiver out of Vanderbilt. And the Chargers go up 23-14. They're up by 9. They make it a 2-possession game with the extra point on the way. Gary Morgan made the tackle, but he cleared the goal line. And now Tyler Hines for the point after. It's good. And the Chargers lead by 10. 24-14, 2:56 left. Here in the third quarter. Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Seattle's finally going to get their hands on the ball here in the third quarter with 2:56 left to play. Charger drive took a long time. Mark Erickson will kick off. There's the kick. From the 2-yard line, Chris Peppers over the 20, 25, and out to the 30-yard line. Peppers, the 8th-year safety out of Alabama. Seattle now finds themselves down by 10 with 2:51 left in the third quarter. Devin Wade will come back out, 11th-year quarterback out of Texas. .251 on the clock. Seahawks have to climb out of a hole here. Seattle comes out 4 wide. Wade in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Wade fakes the handoff, throws outside to Clay. And Marcus Clay ends up losing 4 yards on the play as he ran all over the place. Coming up to make the tackle, number 28, Tom Willis, 4th-year defensive back out of Baylor. They would have been better off dropping that. It's 2nd and 14. Seattle comes out. 4 receivers set wide. Single back. Wade in the shotgun. Wade draws back. It's a blitz. Gets it outside to Gilbert. And Terry Gilbert gets outside, but a flag is down. Gilbert gets out to about the 30.
Holding offense.
Holding on the Seahawks. It's going from bad to worse for Seattle. Connor Morris, the right tackle. It'll be 2nd and 14. Or 2nd and 24, I'm sorry. For Seattle back at the 17-yard line. Wade in the gun. Wade looks, throws, caught by Romero. And Miguel Romero out to the 28-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 12. We got half of it back. It'll be 3rd and 12 for Seattle now. At the Seahawk 28-yard line. 1:47 and counting here in the third quarter. Seahawks come out. Wade in the gun, 3rd and 12. Wade fakes the handoff. Wade throws deep. Caught by Rupert Jones, the tight end, out to the 38-yard line. A 34-yard reception by Rupert Jones, the 12th-year tight end out of Oklahoma, all the way down to the Charger 38-yard line. So the Seahawks get themselves out of that hole, and they're in Charger territory. Clock is still moving, though. 1:12 and counting. Seattle comes out in the eye. Wade fakes the handoff, throws, and Thigpen makes the tackle, it makes the catch, but he drops it. Zach Thigpen, the fullback in his 10th year out of Rutgers, got upended, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. A minute 1 left in the third quarter. 2nd and 10 from the Charger 38. Wade in the shotgun. Wade to Gilbert. And Terry Gilbert to the 33, a gain of 5. Make it a gain of 4, be 3rd and 6. As James Granger, the safety, came up, made the tackle. We're down to 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. Chargers up by 10. Seattle on the move. 3rd and 6 from the Charger 33-yard line. Wade takes the snap. Wade is going to take off, and Devin Wade picks up the first down. A gain of 9 down to the 24-yard line. Wells on the tackle. Verlin Wells, the 6th-year linebacker out of Oklahoma State. That'll move the chains. Giants, Redskins after this, and Buccaneers, Vikings after that. This is the first game of our triple header. First and 10 from the Charger 24-yard line. Wade hands off to Gilbert up the middle, and Terry Gilbert to the 20, a gain of 4. And at the end of 3, Chargers lead at 24-14 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. We go to the fourth quarter. Chargers lead the Seahawks by 10, 24-14. A big game in the AFC West. If the Chargers win, both the Chargers and the Raiders will pull to within 1 game of the Seahawks with 4 games to go. On 2nd and 6 from the Charger 20. In the I formation, Wade under center. Wade hands off to McKenzie. Chris McKenzie, the 5th-year back out of Miami. No gain. Well, I appreciate that, Rasputin. Radio is my day job. I work at a local station. 3rd and 6 from the 20-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Wade to Gilbert. And Gilbert making a move inside the 10. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 20-yard touchdown run by Terry Gilbert, the 10th-year back out of Texas. And Seattle makes it a 1-possession game again. Yeah, I'm very old school. Right down to the music. CBS should go back to that music. Eric Harris for the extra point. The kick is up. And it's good. And the Charger lead is now 3 with 7:29 left to play here in the fourth quarter. So now the Charger offense has to get something going, like eat up more time like that last drive. And the Seahawk defense is looking to get a stop here. No, I'm using, well, Monday Night Football does have, it's called Heavy Action. The piece is called Heavy Action, and it's by Johnny Pearson. I'll complete my story here in a second. There's the kick from the 3-yard line. Terrence Broadway over the 20, 25, and Broadway almost broke it out to the 32. Heavy Action is used by ESPN for Monday Night Football, but it's an updated version. It's a It's a more bombastic version. The music I use is the original heavy action from Monday Night Football in the 70s. The original version. It's not as bombastic. I can't think of a I mean, I don't mind the ESPN one, but I like the original one better. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. Everybody in tight. Gardner looking. Gardner throws and caught by Wood. That's Russell Wood out to the 46-yard line, again at 14. What crap country were they using it for? Thursday night? I'm not sure I understand. Monday Night Football used to have Hank Jr. Like, all my rowdy friends are here for Monday night. Remember that? 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Gardner looking. Gardner throws deep and caught by Aaron Randolph down to the 28-yard line. That's a 26-yard gain, and now the Chargers are knocking on the door again, trying to make this a 2-score game again. Yeah, I didn't really like the Hank version. I thought it was a bit over the top. Absolutely. John Madden was the best. But you know, his broadcast partner, Pat Summerall, he was the absolute best. He really was. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Gardner to Lattimore. And Lattimore out to the 24-yard line. Again at 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Madden was great at what he did. But a lot of people, Summerall got overlooked because of Madden's personality. But Summerall was, he was just steady. He was the gold standard. And still is. 2nd and 6. Gardner looking. Gardner throws and Tate caught it at the 6-yard line. A gain of 18 for Deon Tate in his 9th year out of Vanderbilt. If I was going to have a Mount Rushmore of great play-by-play guys, the 4 I would put on there would be Pat Summerall, Frank Gifford. He was great. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Gardner in the gun. Gardner looking. Gardner still looking. Gardner throws underneath the Roush down to the 1-yard line. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and goal. I put Al Michaels on there. Young Al Michaels. He's starting to lose it lately because he's like 95. And if I had to put another one on there, it'll be a surprise pick for you. 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. He's 107. Gardner looking. Gardner looking. Gardner rolls out, throws, caught back the end zone. Touchdown. Ben Ruth, the 4th-year tight end out of Texas. No, not Howard Cosell. I'm talking play-by-play guys. You know who was a really good play-by-play guy that doesn't get enough credit? Vern Lundquist. I always liked Vern. I mean, the man could call a football game. And now the extra point by Tyler Hines. The kick is up, and it's good. And the Chargers are now up by 10 once again with 4:47 left to play. Here in the 4th quarter, here at Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. Some honorable mentions, though. Charlie Jones, he was good. Don Criqui was really good. Even Marv Albert, when he did football, was pretty good. The late Greg Gumbel was good. Vin Skelly used to do some football for CBS in the 70s. He was good, too. There's the kickoff from the goal line. Peppers over the 10, 15, 20. And Peppers out to the 26-yard line. So the Seahawks find themselves down by 10 once again with 4:44 left. But for me, Pat Summerall is the gold standard. He was it. First and 10 Seahawks. They'll start from their own 26. 4:44 left. It is, because they're all trying to be over the top now. They make it about them and not the game. Wade in the shotgun. Wade looking. Wade throws and caught by Romero. Miguel Romero breaks a tackle down the sideline. He could go. One man to beat. Out of bounds at the 10. 64 yards, Miguel Romero, the second-year tight end out of Arizona. Gilbert finally pushed him out of bounds. Arsenio Gilbert, the rookie out of Ohio State. Now here's the thing. John Madden, by far the best color commentator there ever was. Even though he was bombastic, even though he was, I don't want to say he was over the top, he never made it about himself. He respected the game and always made it about the game. He had personality, but it wasn't about him. It was about the game. First and 10 from the 10-yard line. Wade looking. Wade rolls out, throws, and caught by Gilbert. Back of the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. It doesn't take Seattle long. A 10-yard touchdown catch by Terry Gilbert. And now Seattle's back in the game. 31-27. Now, there is one sideline reporter that I thought was really, really good. And I have a lot of respect for her. And that's Pam Oliver. She really did a great job. She never tried to get cutesy. She never tried to make it about herself. And now the extra point by Eric Harris. It's up and good. Yeah, Susie Colbert was good too. Extra point's good. And the Chargers lead is now 3 once again with 4:27 left. Still plenty of time for the Seahawk defense to get a stop. Gracie's back. Say hi, Gracie. Who's winning? Your what Chargers? The phone Chargers are winning, yes. Dakota Cochran will kick off for Seattle. It's up to the Seahawk defense now to get a stop. There's the kick. From the 3-yard line. Terrence Broadway over the 20-25. And Broadway out to the 27-yard line. Well, she's not really popular. They just want you to think she's popular. She's got a good PR department. I have yet to meet anybody who likes her. I don't. First and 10 for the Chargers. And the Seahawks get a stop. Chargers come out. Everybody in tight. Gardner under center. Gardner fakes the handoff. Looking. He's going to chuck it deep. Going long, and it's nearly picked off. That was broken up by Gary Morgan. the safety. Dick Stockton in the day was a good play-by-play guy. I like Dick Stockton. He was good. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Chargers at their own 27-yard line. Chargers lead by 3. 4:13 left. 5 wide. Gardner in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Gardner looking. Throws. He's got a man down the sideline. Aaron Randolph to the Seahawk or 46-yard line. 27 yards to Aaron Randolph. Seattle's defense can't seem to stop the Chargers. Under 4 minutes left. 1st and 10. Chargers now at the Seahawk 46-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking. Throws down the middle. Caught by Jacoby George. Down to the 41, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. .320 and counting. Gardner under center. Gardner to Lattimore, gets hit in the backfield. Loss of 3. Back to the 44-yard line. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Here's the thing about Erin Andrews. She's young, but but here's the thing. When guys are watching football, being pretty will get you noticed. But if you don't know football, we don't want to listen to you. 3rd and 8 from the 44-yard line. Gardner in the shotgun, 4 wide. Gardner looking. Gardner throws. Incomplete. Well, when they first hired her, they hired her because she was young. Now, Pam Oliver, she was never really gorgeous, but she was cute. I mean, she's a good-looking lady. But she knew football, so we respected her. And she didn't try to make herself, the center of attention. The Seahawks get the stop they needed, and they force a punt. Oh, boy. Erickson puts it out of bounds at the 2-yard line. I mean, she was good. She was very professional, and she knew the game. Well, the Seahawk defense did their part. Let's see if the offense can take advantage now. Can Seattle come back down 14 going into the 4th quarter? They're actually, they were down by 10 going into the 4th quarter. Not too familiar with her. I know who you're talking about. Seahawks come out in the offset eye. Wade under center. Wade to Gilbert. And Gilbert gets tripped up at the 5. A gain of 3. And we're coming up on the Gilbert tackles Gilbert. Arsenio Gilbert on the tackle. We're coming up on the 2-minute warning here. Well, this one's got overtime written all over it. All the Seahawks need is a field goal to tie this one up. And they will not get the next playoff on time, I don't think. 2nd and 7 from the 5. 2-minute warning. Chargers up 31-28 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. The only football stadium left standing in San Diego. Chargers lead the Seahawks 31-28. Seattle trying to complete their comeback. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Seahawks at their own 5. Wade in the shotgun. 4 receivers set wide. Wade looking, throws downfield, lofts it up there. Walker comes down with it. Out to the 35, a 30-yard gain by Colby Walker. The Seahawks go to the hurry up at their own 35, 1st and 10. Wade in the gun, 4 wide. Wade back. Wade looking. Wade in trouble now. Throws and manages to get it away, avoiding the sack, and that'll stop the clock with 1:39 left. It'll be 2nd and 10. That was a perfect touch pass by Devin Wade on the previous play. Seattle needs about 35 more yards to get into field goal range. On 2nd and 10, Wade throws underneath, caught by Rupert Jones. 4 yards out to the 39, and Seattle takes a timeout with 1:35 left. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6. Cody Savage came up, made the tackle. The third-year safety out of Oregon. $1:35 left on the clock. We have the Giants and the Redskins after this. We'll head out to FedEx Field for that one. And that's for first place in the NFC East. That'll be our Sunday night game here in Week 12. I was kind of wondering that myself. 2 backs in the backfield. Wade looking. Wade rolls out. Wade's going to take off. He picks up the first down out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 9. They go to the hurry up. 1st and 10 at their own 48. 1:20 and counting. In the I formation. Wade drops back again. Wade looking. Throws. Caught. Oh, no, it dropped. I was a bit premature with that. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. That'll stop the clock with 1:12 left. He was looking on the sideline there for Romero, the tight end. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. 2nd and 10. Wade throws, caught by Jones across midfield. And a flag. We may have a face mask. On Odell Briggs, I think so, the linebacker.
Defense.
Tack on 15 yards. And the Seahawks are now in field goal range at the Charger 32-yard line with 1:08 left and 2 timeouts. And now the Seahawks can think touchdown. This drive started at the 2-yard line. And Seattle has worked it out to the Charger 32. Can the Seahawks pull this one out? They would tie the Dolphins for the second best record in the AFC if they win this game. A game behind the Steelers. 1st and 10. 4 wide. Wade looking. Wade throws and caught by Marcus Clay down to the 19-yard line. A gain of 13. Seattle goes to the hurry up. Under a minute left. 4 receivers set wide. Wade in the shotgun. Wade looking. Wade in trouble now. Rolls out and gets tackled at the 20. A loss of a yard. 44 seconds left. 2nd and 11 from the 20-yard line. They go into a shotgun. Wade back to throw. Wade, oh, he can't take a sack here. And he does. Back at the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 21. Sack made by Toby Smith, the defensive end. Down to 23 seconds. They're still in field goal range. Wade looking. 3rd and 21. Throws. Gets it out to Walker. And Walker to the 21. A gain of 9. It'll be 4th down. And the Seahawks will take a timeout with 11 seconds left. We're going to overtime, guys. I can see it. 11 seconds left. It'll be 4th and 12 at the 21-yard line. This will be a 38-yard field goal attempt for Seattle. Eric Harris, the rookie kicker out of Oregon. Chargers may try to ice him here. But this one is looking like overtime. There's the ice right there. Giants, Redskins, Buccaneers, Vikings still to come here tonight. Penny Getty says he better make it. If Seattle wins, they'll have a 3-game lead on the Chargers. They'll have a 2-game lead on the Raiders with 4 weeks to go. Eric Harris. This will be from 38 yards to tie the game up. Snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. We're tied at 31 with 8 seconds left. Now watch the Chargers return it for a touchdown. Well, I thought it would be a good game, and we're not disappointed. It's been a good game. Dakota Cochran will kick off for the Seahawks. It's gone back and forth. Seattle overcame a 10-point deficit to start the fourth quarter. And now we're tied at 31. There's the kickoff by Cochran. From the goal line, Terrence Broadway over the 15, 20, 25, and Broadway out to the 29-yard line. 4 seconds left. Well, do the Chargers play for overtime? Do they just do a give-up play, or do they try to win it with a Hail Mary? Chargers will probably just run a regular play and go to overtime. That'd be the safe thing to do. Well, I say that, and they have 3 to the far side. What do I know? Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner back. Throws a Hail Mary. Bouncing around. Broadway almost caught it. Incomplete. We're going to overtime. Live from Snapdragon Stadium, San Diego, California. Week 12 here at Jammin' Sports. The 8-3 Seahawks, the 6-5 Chargers. Some bonus football as we go to the overtime period. Coin toss is won by the Chargers. They'll get the ball first. That means San Diego can win the game outright if they score a touchdown on this opening possession. Anything less than that, then the Seahawks will get a possession. And remember, here at Jammin' Sports, we don't have ties. We'll keep playing till somebody wins. Dakota Cochran will kick off for Seattle to start the overtime. From the goal line, that's Fields bringing it out. Marcus Fields out to the 26-yard line. I can't stand ties either. We have now had 26 double overtime games in our history. We've never had a 3 overtime game. We've come close twice. We were 14 seconds away and 22 seconds away from having a 3rd overtime. That was a few seasons ago. Most overtimes are just single overtimes, but every now and then. 1st and 10. Chargers will start from their own 26. Gardner to Lattimore, and he gets hit in the backfield for a loss of a yard by Leonard Smith, the safety who came around. It'll be 2nd and 11. We're in overtime here in San Diego. We will have the Giants and Redskins, I promise. About 5 minutes after this one's over. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Gardner in the shotgun, 2nd and 11. Gardner looking, throws underneath, caught by Roush. And Jim Roush out to the 32, a gain of 7. Make it a gain, yeah, it's a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and 4. Leonard Smith again on the tackle for Seattle. Yeah, ties have no place in the NFL. If I had it my way, I'd have the NFL go to the college overtime system. It's short, it's efficient, I like it. 3rd and 4. Gardner looking, throws, near side, incomplete. Misty's back. Hi, Misty. Misty, can you grab me the... Never mind. I have it. I was going to ask Misty for the charger, but it's right here. All right. My computer needs to be charged up. 4th and 4. Erickson will punt. From the 12-yard line, Chris Peppers brings it out to the 20-yard line. All right, the Chargers did not score, and now Seattle has the football. We're now in sudden death overtime. The next team to score wins. It doesn't matter who or how. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. Well, we can agree to disagree on that. That's okay. Wade under center. Wade to Gilbert. And Terry Gilbert to the 24-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6. Cody Savage came up, the third-year safety out of Oregon. We're now in sudden death. The Seahawks can win it on a safety, or a field goal, or a touchdown. In the offset eye, Wade to Gilbert. Gilbert gets laid out, a loss of a yard, back to the 23-yard line. And that was the linebacker, Odell Briggs, in his 9th year out of Wisconsin. And that'll bring up 3rd and 7. Big 3rd down for Seattle. We're in sudden death overtime. 6 minutes left in the first overtime. Seattle comes out 3 to the near side. Wade in the shotgun, 3rd and 7. Wade looking, throws, caught by Jones. He's going to be shy of the marker though. 6 yards out to the 29. And Seattle will punt. So both teams have had it once here in the overtime period. Both teams have had to punt. And the Chargers will get the ball back. We're still tied at 31 in sudden death overtime. Dakota Cochran back to punt, gets the punt away. From the 20, Marcus Fields on the return, brings it out to the 28-yard line. And now the Chargers can win it with a field goal. Stephen Gardner, the 8th-year quarterback out of Houston, having a pretty good day stat-wise. That's pretty good. Can the Chargers pull this one out? Gardner under center, 1st and 10. Gardner fakes the handoff, throws deep, and nearly picked off by Leonard Smith. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. That'll stop the clock with 5:17 left in the first overtime. They were looking for Aaron Randolph. Chargers 2nd and 10 from their own 28. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Gardner in the shotgun. Gardner looking, throws underneath, caught by Lattimore, breaks a tackle and gets out to the 39. A gain of 11 for Marcus Lattimore. And that'll be a Charger first down. We watched the replay. Wes Cochran came up. It was actually Nick McCoy, who made the tackle, the defensive back. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at their own 39. Gardner under center this time. Gardner fakes the handoff. Looking. He's got all day. Looking. He throws it deep. Coming back for it, Jacoby George hauls it in at the Seahawk 31-yard line. A 30-yard reception. And now the Chargers are on the edge of field goal range. It'd be a 48-yard field goal from here. Chargers can win it with a field goal. Leonard Smith came up, made the tackle for Seattle. Chargers come out.
Let's go. 3-19.
Gardner to Lattimore. And Lattimore makes his way to the 29. It's now a 46-yard field goal. Henry Stanley came up. The linebacker made the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 8. We're down to 4 minutes left in the first overtime. On 2nd down, Chargers want to get a little bit closer. I can't say as I blame them. They come out in the I formation.
Let's go.
Gardner to Landrum this time, and Landrum down to the 21-yard line. A gain of 8. And that's Jack Landrum, the rookie out of North Carolina. Now it's a 38-yard field goal. And if I was the coach of the Chargers, I'd be trotting out my kicker right about now. 3:25 and counting, and they are. Boy, somebody finally listening to me. Seahawks try to ice him. So the Chargers can win it right here. It's frustrating sometimes. They'll keep running it. They'll try to get inside the 20. We're like, just kick it. Should be able to make a 38-yard field goal. So Tyler Hines will come on to try to win it for the Chargers in overtime. From 38 yards out. Snap, kick is up. And the kick is good. The Chargers win it in overtime. Your final score, the Chargers 34, the Seahawks 31. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. Giants Redskins up next.